3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello there, welcome to another exciting episode of We Talk, your go-to source for the latest news and events happening in and around Windhoek. I am Aurelia African and I'm very much thrilled to be with you guys today. But as you know, we have a lot of things lined up for today's episode, but we will start with Talk of the Town. So do stay tuned as we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Jumbo Charcoal. Jumbo was established in Okahandja in 1989 and has since become the largest exporter of barbecue charcoal from Namibia to the Mediterranean, Central Europe and the United Kingdom. Our products include charcoal fines, lump wood charcoal and instant light. Visit our Okahandja factory and Walvis Bay depot or email info@jumbocharcoal.com.
Lynn Wieland, owner of the Snow White project, hosted the grand opening of her new fashion store along with a name reveal. Now known as Hasa and located in Southern Industrial, the store now caters to men as well.
Hi, I'm Angeline Wieland, the proud owner of the now rebranded Hasa formal wear shop and rentals. Used to be known as the Snow White Project for 13 years now, but it was time for some change because to those that have been at my shop before, we were outgrowing it very quickly. So we have a brand new space now. I can't wait to welcome all of the Namibians and of course any other international guests that want a dress for an event to come to our new shop and have the ultimate luxury experience. Part of Hasa is of course my jewelry brand, Untold Jewelry, which you can also buy in store. And we have some exciting new stuff like a spray tan room. So for those pale girlies like myself, we got you sorted. We also now in this new space have amazing, massive changing rooms. So you can have that privacy, but still that luxury experience that you see on your favorite bridal shows. And of course, shoes, we're working on that. We want to be able to help all the girlies with the difficult feet. But most importantly, my pride and joy is our dress collection. All of these dresses you see behind me are available for rentals. But we also have a new service now where we can custom make or order a dress or suit for you, because that's another new add-on and a reason for the name change. We will now also be servicing the gents. So if you need a suit, don't worry girls, I got your man. And yeah, welcome to the space. If you would love to come and see us in person here and just witness all of the amazing options here, even if it's just to figure out what you want for your event, I'm more than happy to help you. You can make an appointment with us through social media, Hasa Formal Wear, that's H-A-S-A-H, Formal Wear on Facebook or Instagram. We're working on that TikTok handle. And come and see the new space.
The City of Windhoek's debt manager, Philomena Mosimane, this afternoon assured Petrus ASAP, who has serious health issues and relies on oxygen support, that they would not switch off his electricity again before the end of the month. ASAP and his wife, Josephine ASAP, explained that this is the third time that the City of Windhoek has disconnected their electricity days before they're supposed to pay. ASAP is of poor health and sees 4 separate specialists for 4 different reasons. He never intended to solicit funds from Namibians.
Very much we came here to City of Windhoek to come and so first it's very important to clarify that there was no intention to garner contributions towards the account of the ASAP family because they pay their account on time. It was just a matter of disconnection. We just wanted to clarify disconnection. So when we came 3 o'clock, we came to the debt management department, and we were lucky to see the manager whose office we have bombarded, and we are in her office. So we sorted the matter, and we also would like to, maybe it's very important that I put it that we want to thank those who were willing to contribute. I wish they could impart that spirit in many Namibians, but it was never about contribution. The people are paying their account on time, and it was about clarifying the situation, because we have a situation when electricity gets disconnected and the reconnection becomes a problem because of the fees. So Mrs. Liberegi is here with us. She was very helpful. We want to also show the public that it's not always that we are fighting her or she's fighting us. It's not about that. It's about clarifying these kinds of issues. Mrs. Liberegi, thank you very much.
I think I just want to also urge the clients. We can come in, we can listen to you guys what the issues are. We are not always guaranteeing that we are able to help, but we are always there to listen to our clients, to be sure that we also understand how can we help, and also advise them as well. Because I think most clients don't usually also know what other options are available to the city.
A jubilant Sisanamanje who represented SWAPO said the IPC and the LPM presidential election results dispute was bound to fail.
The application was bad. We told them. The application was bad.
It was just bad.
Legally bad. Bad. It was always going to fail.
How do you feel?
Nothing, because I knew it was fail. I knew it was bad. It was overstated.
Do you feel, Mr. Shakespeare?
Yeah, we're just very happy with the report.
Congratulations. No is no. Congratulations. We all know. No is no.
The masses have gathered at and around the SWAPO head office for the unveiling of the statue of the late founding father, Dr. Sam Nujoma. Several ministers and party members were in attendance.
And I hope you guys are informed about what's happening in and around Windhoek. But for our next segment, we will have a look at what Aksel Aupindi, the Deputy Mayor of Okahandja, had to say. There are a lot of things lined up, or there are a lot of projects that they are working on, and he is urging the residents of Okahandja to work with them. But let's have a look at the projects they completed and the projects that are yet to be completed.
Thank you very much. My name is Aksel Aupindi, and I am the Deputy Mayor of Okahandja Municipality. And I'm glad that I and Son have reached to us just to talk to us about our towns, whether it's development that is taking place or whatever we are currently doing as the municipalities, as the leaders of the town. Remember, we have taken over Okahandja municipalities on the 20th, on the 5th of December 2020. And the uniqueness of it is that when we took over all of us 7 councillors, we were just new in the system. Nobody had been a councillor before. So it was one of the uniqueness that I can really recall by then, because we were all up for a task. We were all wanted to learn what others are doing and so on. But remember, if there was no one, then we need to hold to ourselves and read more and so on. The other thing that I think I need to highlight on is that we found Okahandja municipality, there was no councillors for plus minus 9 months, because the previous councillors were removed before the term ended. And on top of that, there was also no CEO in the office. So it was quite a devastated time when we get in the office, because there was no one to give you a direction of what to do and so on in terms of advice and so on. But gladly, we have proper leaders among ourselves. Some they are managers, some are teachers, some are running institutions, and that is how we get together and say, let us hold hands irrespective of whatever political party that we came from, and we move on. Remember, there is IPC in Okahandja municipalities, there is SWAPO, there is UDF, there is LPM, and there is also an organization called ORPA. So SWAPO having 3 councillors, IPC 1, LPM 1, UDF 1, and 1 from ORPA, which is organizations. And when we enter the chambers, we don't look at each other. This is from where, this is from which political party. We look at each other as honorable councillors, and we put the people of Okahandja at the center. So what we did first of all, we realized that there was no evaluation process that had been taken for the past 15 years. And we said we cannot have a town that we cannot value, we don't know the value of the houses or of our properties in town. How will you be able to charge people if you don't know the value they have? Yeah. So we decided that there was no evaluation done for the past 15 years, and the law says every 5 years the evaluation need to be conducted. So we immediately tasked the officials that must be advertising, and we get somebody on board so that that particular person can evaluate our properties in order for us to have a proper way of doing things. So that was completely done, and we appreciate and happy for ourselves. Again, there were no strategic plan for Okahandja at all. So as council, we said it's not going to be the good thing for us to run an institution without a strategic plan. How will you measure yourself as a leader, and how will you measure the officers, whether they are doing their jobs or not, as well as the CEOs? If you don't have a strategy, you don't have whatever you want to achieve. We need that, and as we speak right now, strategic plan was launched, and the performance management system, as we speak, is in place in Okahandja. So we have quite a lot of things that we have done, but very important I want to share with you is that Okahandja municipality was one of the first municipalities that have appointed the CEO without any hiccups and other things. So imagine it was 2019, it was 2020, that was COVID-19 time. A lot of people, they have expected us to have a lot of problems in appointing the CEOs, as previously was done, because in the history of Okahandja, there used to be always infightings here and there in terms of appointing the accounting officers. So we didn't hesitate. We went in, we found there were already an advertisement done. We just said, okay, let's open the box, let's see who is there. And we called those who are qualified. The interview was done. Then in November 2020, we appointed the CEO. So we really want to give ourselves such a applaud of being unique and stick to our principles. So we never had a fire station in Okahandja. People that were operating from the workshop in the garage. So we said, as a council, we said we cannot continue like this. And mostly when fire comes, it's always happening at the locations. So informal settlements. And we decided, okay, we need to make sure before our term ended, a fire station should be one of our achievements and must be completed before we leave offices. As I'm speaking to you now, we have a bragging ceremony of last year. I think maybe son was represented, if I remember very well. And as we speak, last week on Wednesday, we have visited the place to see the progress that's being made. I can tell you now, I think in the next 3 months, we will be able to hand over the fire stations to the public. So that is some of the achievement. And on Wednesday, we had a visitor that came from South Africa. We have a friendship with a town called Cape Town City, that they came to visit us, but we have visited them last year, December. We sent a delegation. I was not there. Actually, we sent a delegation there. It comprises of officials and one honorable councillors to go and represent us. And they decided that we need to sign a memorandum of understanding with Cape Town City, specifically on waste management. Okahandja is in a really mess in terms of dumping site. We don't have a proper dumping site. We cannot shy away from that, whether we are on camera or off cameras. It's true, it's an issue that we found it there, but we don't want to shift it to others. We have to face it.
And I must say the residents of Okahandja must just be patient and give a helping hand when the municipality asks for a helping hand. But next on, we will go down south in Luderitz, where a tannie is making reusable pads for the learners. I think it's a good initiative because some people are allergic to the pads that we buy in shops. So let's have a look at what she had to say and how she makes them.
Here in Namibia, we do have a very, very high rate of teenage pregnancies.
Yes.
And I strongly believe it's not because of stupidity, it's because of ignorance. Because menstruation is the basis of the human species and we don't talk about it. So in my field, we use the word period poverty.
Okay.
And with period poverty means the lack of education. And I am convinced that our high teenage pregnancy rate is because of the lack of education. It's still a taboo. We are not supposed to talk about it at home.
Yes.
We find cultural issues about menstruation. We don't see menstruation as normal human development. That's the first one. The second one is the lack of sanitary products. The fact that children don't go to school, the girl child, because they can't afford it. So we concentrate basically on those two components of period poverty. With the lack of education, I wrote a book, Anne's Journey to Womanhood, to address all these aspects. I did a lot of primary research from north to south, east to west of Namibia to get information what's going on in Namibia specifically. The male must also understand the importance and how menstruation works.
Yes.
Because a girl, if she doesn't get a period, she can't get a baby.
Yes.
That's why we say it's the basis of the human species. But the man must understand that. For the second one, the lack of sanitary pads, we've decided to manufacture washable pads.
Wow.
Washable pads for different reasons. First of all, the person can wash it. And this is not a new thing, mind you?
Yes.
Yes, before the disposables,
Yes.
we used to have
Washable.
You can go and ask your great-grandmother and so on. They're very much aware of the washable pad. You can use it up to 4 years if you do take good care of it. So which means money is involved for the parent. You don't need to buy
Yes.
every time. You help Mother Earth. And then the other misconception is washable pads is not just for the poor. It's for each and everybody. So in the pads, actually, we get 3 layers, basically 4.
Yes.
The first one is what we call a topper.
Yes.
The second one is what the topper is the moisture management and the absorbency must be good.
Yes.
Otherwise, the person will feel wet. So then we get the second one, we call it the core. There we put the different layers. It depends on the thickness. The third one is we call the backing. There's a kind of a certain plastic type we use to make sure that the blood will not go through.
Okay.
And then the fourth one is normally just the color. You see that it looks good.
Yes.
And that is basically the 4
Components.
that we use for the washable pad. And then we also put a press stud to make sure it'll go around like this, that
Yes.
it will not move while the girl is going.
Okay.
So the girl can adjust that as well.
Most recently, you received a donation of about a ton of salt from Walvis Bay salt refiners. What does the salt do? Where does that fit in?
Oh, we're so grateful for that one, because we also find that we must train the girls how to take care. That is important, how to take care of the washable pad.
Yes.
And well, a washable pad is you wash it as normal, no problem. As you wash your shirt, your trouser, any soap, doesn't matter. Anything that you use at home to wash yourself, any kind of soap you can use.
Yes.
But say after the use for a week, you can always disinfect it.
Yes.
And that is the role. Salt is very, very important. And that's why we are so grateful for Wolfish Bay Salt, that we can assist many, many, many girl child. Because what we do normally, you find a bucket to assist them, mostly those in the hostels,
Yes.
that they can have the facilities. So the packet is one of 4 pads, 2 thicker ones and 2 thin ones,
Yes.
an instruction leaflet,
Yes.
a soap, and the salt. And then we give this extra bag. This bag specifically is for the child to take an extra one to school. So that when she must change to a clean one, she'll use the clean one, and the used one she'll put back and come and wash it when she's home, to make sure it's not between her books and so. One pad now is only $25.
Okay.
So if a child, at least, according to the statistics, can have 4, and that child will take good care of it. There will no need to buy pads for at least 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
If providing the child will take good care of it.
And I must say, it's Quarter to Friday and the Poppa Vicky dance. I am very excited because we got you covered with the virtual segment. And you know, we always give you a lowdown of the coolest events happening in and around Windhoek. So do have a look, as you might pop in into one or two of them.
3, 2, 1.
It's the weekend and we have several events lined up for you. On Friday at 7, you can enjoy an evening with Alterno and Crash at Muso's Cafe and Bar in Morensky Street, or catch Mel die Storyverteller in Dik Deur Mekaar, her second comedic one-woman show at Wanderers. Also at 7 is Dancing for Purrs, a charity event focusing on raising funds for TriGlad Trust that fosters and cares for cats that are rescued in Windhoek and the surrounds at the Dutch Reformed Church Hall in Pioneers Park. On Saturday at 8, the ever-popular Windhoek Farmers Market takes place at the showgrounds until 1. The Tots to Tween Baby Expo takes place at Dwimble's from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Whether you're a parent, expectant parent, or planning for the future, this is your one-stop destination. At 5, FD Music Production hosts Victory Fest Volume 6, featuring Abel Chungu from Zambia at the Echo Center in Windhoek. While at the same time, the Drenched Music Festival is hosted at the Vanna Micro Sports Center, which is the old XS Lounge. At 7, Mel die Storyverteller also performs Dik Deur Mekaar, but this time at the Nama Primary School Aula in Swakopmund, while in Windhoek, Africa's biggest R&B party is backed with Strictly Soul at the Village Garden. Finally at 8, the German comedy show Lebe, Liebe, Lache by Bjorn Kartelatu takes place in the National Theatre. Cheerio!
And unfortunately, we have come to the end of this week's We Talk episode. I hope you guys are covered for the weekend because ons gaan by die braai ontmoet. But until next week Thursday, it's bye from me.